Highway Pitmaster here, and in this video we're going to talk about a couple of things. First, we're going to do a quick trip down to Fairfield, Ohio, but we're also going to talk about the situation in over-the-road trucking and why people are leaving it. Stand by, watch the entire video. You don't want to miss it. It's 11 degrees outside, and I'm in this truck. This is the life we chose, right? Truck drivers. Truck drivers. Yep. Why don't y'all just take a ride with me today? I'm going to head out to the west side of Chicago, pick up a grocery load. That's right, I'm pulling a reefer. Pick up a grocery load, take that to Fairfield, Ohio, just out of Cincinnati. I've been running this truck for about an hour, trying to warm it up, get the snow off of my windshield, off my hood. That way I don't freeze. Simple as that. Yeah, we're gonna do a trucking vlog, y'all. Let's do it. Let's go pick up this grocery load. Thinking some hamburger patties. Let's do it. Well, I am here on the west side at my shipper, picking up a load of beef patties. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a company driver. And I have no issues with it. I have no problem with being a company driver. Especially at the climate that trucking is in right now. Let me say this. I am not knocking any owner-operator out there. As a matter of fact, I commend you for still fighting, for still being out there. I couldn't do this trucking recession thing any longer. And you'll find out down the line, I had some fires in the iron that would allow me not to have to do that no more. But right now it's winter time. It's kind of my slow season as to what I do normally. You'll find it out again. You'll find it out down the line. I'll share that with you. But I needed something to kind of bridge the gap. So I jumped on a trucking company. And this company is a good company. I'll reveal it. Some of you already know what it is. I'll reveal it here shortly. But it's a good company so far. I'm on a dedicated run. I'm hauling hamburger patties, things of that nature for companies such as Wendy's, McDonald's, fast food places. And I'm taking it to a place, I think it's called Mitchell and Bauer. They have different locations around the country that service fast food restaurants. So it's a dedicated run. I go to various places: Minnesota, Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, places like that. Pick up in primarily Illinois. And it's pretty much in and out situation. Some is dropping hooks, some of it is appointment deliveries, and they get you in and out pretty quickly. And it's reefer. I haven't done reefer ever. So it's another notch in the belt, hauling reefer freight. So it's cool. But the company is good. The dispatchers is good. It's funny to hear me say dispatcher. Haven't had one of those in quite some time. Yeah, I have a dispatcher. But he's cool. He's really understanding. I needed some time off during the winter, and it worked out. During the holidays, I was home for Christmas. Had a couple of appointments I needed to take care of. I had to go to Nashville for a driving meeting. So I had some stuff I had to take care of, and I was able to do those. So I'm back in the truck. It's a Monday morning, and I'm picking up a load here on the west side of Chicago, beef patties, and I'm taking them down to Fairfield, Ohio, about a 5.5 hour drive. I'm early for my appointment. Nothing has changed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still on time and early. Just because I'm a company driver, I'm still treated like I own the truck and like the freight is mine. But I just don't have to search for freight anymore. It's all there. They have it. They dispatch me, and I go do it. I do have the pleasure, although, to decline it if I choose, but I haven't. Everything's cool. Trucking is what it is. You got to find your way through it. That's all. this ain't a bad time to be a company driver if you're not. As a company driver, some companies have lowered their pay per mile, which is still decent. Some are trying to be slick like that. Some are doing what you call minimum payments, 13, 14, 1,800 a week. As long as you do whatever the requirements are, 6 days available, X amount of miles. Those opportunities are out there. You just got to search. Keep your options open, meaning keep your license clean, so you can choose where you want to go and not be limited, especially if you have the experience under your belt. But yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Keep chugging, keep fighting, no matter what that is, no matter what route you take. But right now, I'm waiting here to get my load, and I should be out of here shortly. I was early, about 10:30. My appointment ain't till 1:30, but they said they're gonna get me in and out of here. So we'll see what happens. All right. Well, I am loaded and out of here. It is 2:59. 1:30 appointment. Got here early. All right, we'll get you out here early. No problem. Yep. Usual stuff in trucking. Let's get to our destination. 5.5 hours to go. Let's go. So I am here in Fairfield, Ohio, where it is 15 degrees outside. I believe at home, today's Tuesday, where I live, it's like 5. So it's about 10 degrees warmer down here, which is ridiculous. I'm near the Mason-Dixon line. Should be warmer down here. But they got quite a bit of snow here. They got pounded. I slept here last night in an overflow lot, which was nice to find parking. I knew the parking was here, so that was my plan. Get here, reset my 10 hours, get empty, and then deadhead back north. But I wanted to kind of use this time to kind of talk about what's going on in the trucking industry with OTR, over the road trucking. A lot of people ain't trying to do it no more. I would say that the ones who are consistently involved in OTR, over the road trucking, are the guys that's been doing this for quite a while. The veterans, the ones who's been doing this 20-something years. Excuse me. They're the ones who are in over the road trucking and are doing it for an extended amount of time. That's where I see it. That's how I see it here. Here comes the lady here that's checking me in.
14.
14.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. All right, I got my door assignment. Let's go put this in the door and we'll finish this discussion. This baby in door 14. Let's see here. We're here at door 4. We got a little bit to go. At least they get you in here on time. Like I said, this is a dedicated run. All right, I got to squeeze in between 2 trucks. Let's go earn our money, y'all. Not only do I have to get it in here, but I also got to slide my tails back. So I'm gonna get in the door in the hole first, then I'm gonna slide my tails. That's how I do it. They say slide your tandems before you get in the hole. I don't do that. It's easier to slide my tandems once I get into the hole. Let's go open this door. Let's get in the hole. So we were talking about over-the-road trucking and who's doing it. I believe, in my observation, that the guys who are doing over-the-road trucking consistently are the older cats. The young Thundercats are not feeling OTR. There's a small percentage of them that are doing it, but one reason why the younger folks aren't doing over the road, I'm going to say they're more of a social network of people. So we do know if you're going to go over the road trucking, there's a lot of things you're going to sacrifice. And a social life is definitely on the top of the list. It's hard to start a family if you're on the road. Not saying it ain't possible, But it's hard. It's hard to raise a family when you're on the road. It is a sacrifice. I second that to maybe being in the military. And in the military, you get home a lot more. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Let me take that back. Because those guys are gone months on end, years on end. But for a civilian job, it is definitely a takeaway from your life. You are gone, and you are gone often. Now let's talk about the money in over-the-road trucking. It ain't like it used to be compared to how the economy sits. When I first started driving trucking, I was a regional driver. I would be out through the weekend. All week. Get home on a Friday night, Saturday morning, and had to be back in the truck in 24 hours. So I had 24 hours to sit on my couch, sleep in my bed, take a shower in my shower, and get right back on the road. The hardest time was on the holidays. You get home, they say, yeah, you get home for Christmas. You get home Christmas Eve at 7, Christmas Day you had to be back in the truck at 7 p.m. Some of the hardest times, every single time that happened to me, I wanted to quit. Simple as that. I wanted no part of it. I spent my time over the road regional trying to find a way to get out of it, trying to find an exit plan, trying to find a local job. That's what I spent my time doing. And I was a young cat then. I didn't have the responsibilities I have today. So I was willing to not necessarily burn a bridge, but get out of this situation and start a new situation. It's hard to do that now because I have bills that continuously come and say, hey, don't forget about me. So a lot of the older guys have those responsibilities, so they can't just jump around. They're in a situation, they got to stick there. And if it's over the road trucking, that's where they're going to be at. The younger folks ain't feeling it, and they're very vocal about it. And social media makes it very easy to be vocal about it. And let's just be honest. Over the road trucking, you can be disrespected on a consistent basis. You are out, they don't have any freight in the area that they done dropped you in, and you'll sit there until they find you a load near you, or when they finally decide, hey, we got a deadhead you somewhere. And while you're sitting there, you ain't making a dime. That is one of the things in OTR that frustrated me. I can't stand to sit somewhere if I'm not getting paid. If I'm sitting there days, I'd rather be sitting at home. That's the way I look at it. If I'm going to sit somewhere, sit me at home, where I can be in my own house, not making any money. Or I can be in my own house, not making any money, looking for another job. That is one of the things that I believe is going on today, especially in this freight climate. Yeah, the ones who are suffering from this freight recession, this freight deficiency, this low freight, are definitely the owner operators. But the company guys are suffering too, because just like the owner operators don't have any freight or as much freight as they used to, these bigger companies don't either. They have more, but they struggle to find loads from time to time like the owner operators do. They're not going to tell you that, and they don't want to tell you that, but they do. So you'll find yourself sitting because they want to, one, make sure you're available when they do have freight. If they send you home, you're not available. But if you're available if you're in that truck, sitting in a truck stop somewhere in Albuquerque. That's just the way it is. So that is one of the tricks that your driver manager, your dispatcher will do. And making sure I have a truck available when that load pops up. So Over the road is if you get into over the road, I'm just going to be honest with you. If you get into over the road and if you're not feeling it, have you an exit strategy? Sometimes you just have to pay your dues. Knock it out. Get a good year under your belt. That way you have some options. But while you're doing it, do a good job at it. Don't get any speeding tickets. Stay away from violations. Keep your record clean. Be on time. And because you don't want to go quitting a bunch of places because that shows up and companies are not going to hire you if you're quitting every 2-3 months. So, but you have an exit strategy. Plan your next move. If over the road trucking is not for you, do it for a season and find your way out. Land on your feet somewhere. Get you a decent local job. Try different areas of trucking locally, like dump trucks. If you live in an area where there's a lot of construction and steel mills, stuff like that, try dump trucking. That's another way. Look into Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Although Pepsi had a big layoff recently, look into those companies. They work hard, but they make decent money. Just other avenues, just other options for you to look at. I just thought I'd just share that regarding trucking and over-the-road trucking. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And I don't recommend it if you are someone with a family, a young family especially. I don't recommend over-the-road trucking if you can avoid it. It's hard. It's hard on your family. It's hard on your children. It is definitely a difficult profession to be in. I do other things where, I'm gone for an extended amount of time, but I'm home for extended amounts of time too. So I can spend some quality time. I can go on vacations, things like that. So that's where I see where I'm able to make up. You can't make up the time you miss, but while you're there, you can spend quality time with your family and your loved ones. You know what I mean? Simple as that. That was just on my mind. I just thought I'd share that with you, with the family. I told you we'd talk about trucking from time to time. I'm not going to abandon you. We're going to talk about the important things in trucking, the lifestyle. Simple as that. Yeah, I'm getting empty rather. And once I get empty, I'm heading back north. So if you haven't done so already, like and subscribe. Support the channel, please. I ain't gonna beg you, but support the channel. We've been doing this a long time. Let's not stop. And hey, we'll see you on the next one.